Welcome back, everyone. Looking for a good book to read? We've got you covered. It's time to announce our first Cityline Book Club pick of 2022. I'm so excited. It is The Maid by Nita Prose. So here's a snapshot of the plot. A charmingly eccentric hotel maid discovers a guest murdered in his bed. Solving the mystery will turn her once orderly world completely upside down. And I'm so happy to have author Nita Prose with me right now. It's so good to have you here, Nita.
Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited for you. So I always get very excited for Canadian authors. It's like, you're my rock stars. So fantastic. One review of The Maid likens it to Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine with an Agatha Christie-esque murder mystery, which I think is a very good sort of comparison. Where did the idea for this story come from?
Well, the truth is that I didn't actually plan to write this debut novel. But a couple of years ago, I was in the UK and I was staying at a hotel in London. And I went out of the hotel and I came back and I opened my room door and I completely startled the maid who was cleaning it. Yeah. And I remember her stepping back into a shadowy corner. And this is the embarrassing part, Tracy. She was holding my track pants, which I had left in a tangled mess on my bed.
Could have been worse. Could have been underwear.
Could have been much worse,
yeah.
Much worse. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I remember thinking what an intimate and invisible job it is to be a roommate. Yeah. Simply by cleaning my room every day, she knew so much about me, and I knew nothing about her.
Yeah.
So then, a few days later, I was on my plane ride home, and that's when it came to me, my protagonist's voice, Molly. And it was clean and crisp and precise. And I didn't even know where it came from. So I didn't have any paper at the time. I grabbed the napkin from under my drink, and I wrote the prologue in a single burst. And I swear to you, I didn't know it then, but I had just begun my debut novel.
That is fantastic. Like, what an origin story. I love this. You come from the world of book publishing. You're a longtime editor. You've had a lot of bestsellers on your list. Now you're on the other side of that. You are the author. How does it feel to be in that space?
I will tell you, Tracy, at the beginning, and even now, it was very, very daunting. I wrote this book without telling a soul. I didn't tell my partner. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell a single soul because I was so worried about how I would be received. You know, I kept thinking that publishers and agents would read it and say, oh, this is lovely, but it's not what we're looking for. And then every time I'd see them in the future, they'd be thinking, oh my God, she's such a bad writer. So it really took me a while to put my big girl boots on and to, you know, send out my work. And I was really excited and pleased when it was well received.
So really interesting. You're thinking, well, I'm from their world. They're going to have to be polite with me, but they're going to hate it. And I think that's so incredible that you've stepped into that space and they do not hate it. Like, you are on most anticipated lists already for this year, for 2022. And I think that it's phenomenal that your first step out there, you're already being optioned for like a film. So can we talk a little bit about that? That is exciting.
We can. I am tremendously thrilled that Universal Pictures has optioned the film and that Florence Pugh is set to star. So I cannot believe it. And if you see this ridiculous smile on my face every time I talk about it, well, that says a lot, right?
That's right. That smile should be there. It deserves to be there. Do you think that you're going to be on the movie set? Like, how does that work?
You know, there's so many things that are yet to be seen, but I will be extremely excited if I can find my way there. And maybe I'll have a guest and you can come along.
Did everybody hear that? I want to come to the movie set. I would come with you in a second, Nita. That would be amazing.
Excellent.
So speaking of all of the things you've accomplished, it includes being on the most influential people list for Toronto Life. Like, that's pretty amazing. It's a tough publication to be a part of, but then to be on that most influential list, like, is your imposter syndrome settling down a little bit?
It was on full blast. The first time I found out, I'm like, no, that you must be wanting to speak to somebody else, not to be, this can't be about me. But, you know, I guess I have a little bit of my protagonist, Molly, in me, because I think she would feel the same way.
Perfect segue. Let's talk about Molly, because I liked Molly immediately upon meeting her. Like, I like the fact that she's almost She doesn't even know how charming she is, but her character is charming and she is precise and she needs things to be done in a certain way.
Yes.
Where did that all come from?
You know, Molly is a very special voice, and as I said, she kind of came to me out of nowhere. What I love about her is that she is socially awkward. She has trouble reading social cues, but when she's in the Regency Grand Hotel, this 5-star hotel where she works, she loves it. And she can walk around as a roommate and be completely invisible. Nobody ever pays her any mind. But, you know, I really hope that readers will be able to live as her, come to love her, and I think that if you do live as her, you will love her.
You will love her. You will love Molly, and we're super proud of you, Nita. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tracy.